Hey, thanks for tuning in to another Raw Milk interview. I'm here with Constant L. Burts. Constant is an Indianapolis performer. He's not necessarily from here, but we'll get to that in a minute. You and I, it's been a long time, man. How you doing?
Doing well, man. How you been?
I've been all right. I think it's been probably since last December. It's really good to see people's faces, even if it is on Zoom interviews that I haven't seen in a long time. So this is
Yeah,
good.
man. It's good to catch up.
Yeah. We met, like, we worked together. That's part of how we know each other, but actually we met, man, what?
Brown Ripple.
Yeah, in Broderville. How long do you think that ago you think that was? It was that sabbatical. I
I'll put it this way, man. My son wasn't even thought of at the time.
He's 6 now? Wow.
Yeah, that was a little minute ago.
But it was in Broderville at sabbatical. You
Yep.
played a show there and I was running sound.
Yeah.
And that was
And then we saw each other at the same place we worked.
yeah, yeah. And then we both were like, I know you. I recognize you. You know, that was a lot of fun, and I'm really glad too.
Memory, man.
What's that?
I said you got a good memory because
No,
I forgot about that show, and I was like, oh, I did perform.
oh right, yeah. Well, it's not even like you were impressive to me. That was the thing about it. When I run sound, when I run live sound, it's not that I don't like anything that I'm listening to or that I necessarily do sometimes. It's just, you know, I don't have, I've kind of trained myself, or it's good for me to work to not necessarily have an opinion. That doesn't mean that I don't think about it. You know, it's just, it doesn't help me do my job, and it doesn't help you if I decide I like or don't like something. But I do remember you being impressive, and not just the performance, meeting you and talking to you. That was a lot of fun. And the people you were with, I think that was also quite impressive too.
Yeah.
Do you remember who you played with?
We just try to keep good vibes all the way around, man. It's we love what we do. We all passionate.
Yeah.
Work as a team. So like they play a big role of making me who I am as an artist.
Well, I think you played with somebody. You performed with somebody from Chicago. Is that right? Do you remember?
A few. I don't.
I think that at that show, I feel like you were, but that's where you're from, yeah.
Yeah, from Chicago, South Side, born and raised.
Yeah.
Not the not the best area, but I love it dearly.
Yeah, and that's where you got your start in music.
Yeah, I would say a lot of people, saying those around me, they was always rapping or singing, so and then in my family as well. So it wasn't a big shock that I started, dabbing into it myself. But yeah, I started off as a battle rapper.
Oh, is it okay?
That's how I got known. Like, yeah, I was just, at that time I got a rush off, just I guess humiliating people.
In the battle rapping.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But eventually, when I met DJ Showtime, huge DJ in Chicago, he pretty much him and this producer Yayo, they really groomed me, man. Like they got me in the studio, started getting that habit of learning how to write actual songs and learn terminologies and the whole nine. It's
How old were you then?
great transition.
How old were you at the time?
I started honestly. I was probably like 13 when I really started getting known.
Oh, no way.
As a battle rapper, like yeah, it was like when he like going against kids, like what I'm saying. We was raised fast, so I'm going against grown men, like just got the balls to say whatever I wanted to say to him. I would say around 15. That's when stuff really started getting good. I got my little deal with Sony. I was young and dumb at the time, so I didn't know the business too well. So
Yeah.
kind of imagine how that worked out.
I've heard a lot of those stories.
Everything's a learning experience,
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of those stories. I think they like the young and dumb. They make more money off of them.
Absolutely.
So, like, I'm trying to imagine you as a 13-year-old battle rapping on the south side of Chicago. What who were you? You must have been taking from an influence, right? I recently watched the documentary on Netflix about Biggie.
Mhm.
Um, that was really good. But one of my favorite things when I first started learning about him, which was later on, it wasn't when he was up and coming, but was seeing him freestyling in the streets, and which, according to the documentary, is how he got his start too. You know, that's how he got picked up that way. So, like, what though? What would you say your influences were then? What were you trying? Who were you trying? Not, I imagine you were trying to be yourself, but like,
Yeah.
who were you using as a model?
Um, to be honest, I'm gonna be very honest. Like no one really. It was just I think because I was always the type to be underestimated. That gave me enough adrenaline alone to try to prove my point. I can't honestly say there was a lot of, you know what I'm saying, battle rappers and even music artists I respect, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, that I did listen to and took notes from, but I can't say like during those moments, you know, I was trying to live up, you know what I'm saying, to
Mm-hmm.
something that I admire, you know what I'm saying, in my field.
Yeah,
Um, like I said, I was always the underdog. So that was enough reason for me to just get down and get the business.
yeah. When did you know you were going to do this for? Like that basically not so much that this was going to be your life, but that you couldn't get away from doing this as your life, because that's what I found, and a lot of people.
Yeah, that's a good question, man. I to be honest, I don't know. I don't know. As time went past, you know, the more the addiction, you know, um, I think I would say I knew this is what I want to do when I started getting interested in learning the business,
Mm,
more than just doing music itself. When I actually started caring about, you know, how things operate behind the scenes and, you know, how to get your material out, how to maintain it, you know, how to make income off of it. You know, just once my mind started transitioning to that point, I knew I was locked in.
yeah, yeah. That makes sense. It's kind of an acceptance, and
Yeah.
not of a bad thing, but just kind of knowing, you know, who you are, kind of an
Yeah.
acceptance like that.
Yeah. At some point, you know, you realize your purpose and it's like, okay, I know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Right, and I know you and I have talked. When we were working about it and about that passion and working where we did, there were a lot of musicians and a lot of people in the business, and there were. I remember specifically a moment. I think we were outside, probably having one of our meat table lunches. Um, you know, from what's that restaurant? The Mexican restaurant
Oh
when we all
yeah,
pitched
yeah.
in.
Yeah.
But we were just talking about it and listen. I don't know if we were both listening to conversations, but what we noticed was just this passion about it, about the music and getting excited. People talking about
Yeah.
this story is failing because my memory is failing. You said I had a good memory. I don't have a good memory. Like I said, you impressed me, but um, basically what we were getting at, like I remember kind of exchanging a few words, but mostly it looks of like, yep, this is it. You know, we are in the place, not necessarily there, but
There,
just working with
the right
musicians.
environment. And a lot of times, like, there's not words for that. It's just energy. You know,
Yeah.
you can feel those things.
Yeah.
And I imagine that's not with just music. That's with any field. You get a bunch of basketball players together, or you get a bunch of doctors together, and they're really passionate about what they do. It's, you know, when you hit a certain level, um, you know, about something that you're passionate in, is really just an understanding without even
Yeah.
talking. It's a
That's a
beautiful
good
thing.
point. Well, so tell me about, do you produce yourself, right? You produce your own music, or do you often use another producer?
Here and here and there, I tend not to really because my brain is already stretched enough.
Yeah.
But you know, I have three producers that I work with. Um,
Okay.
that I pretty much, you know what I'm saying, do most of my music, all my music from.
What do you start with your lyrics and your rap, and then find, like, how does it work for you?
Yeah, it's all different. Um, Sometimes it's been situations where I wrote from nothing, you know, just, you
Yeah.
know, thoughts, ideas in my head and just I happen to get with one of my producers and find a sound that I like, actually match well with it. There are times where I hear the tracks already, and I just marinate on it. So there's really no certain structure with me, whenever it hits, wherever it hits, and I'm just gonna maintain it, write it down, and eventually make something out of it.
Yeah. What about this past year, man? Like, what's it been like? What have you found different, or yeah, what's it been like for you?
Well, with the pandemic going on, it's been I got a lot of opportunity to sit down and play with, different sounds,
Hmm.
try different ideas, which has been great because discovering new music I never heard before, in different types of genre, and just kind of influencing my writing style. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, not changing who I am, staying true to to who I am, but as far as delivery, it's been a great feeling. So I've been in there cooking a lot, especially with me working on the album right now. Um, and get ready to drop my first single. So I really been in there a lot, just trying new sounds, seeing what I, push my limits, see what all I could do.
When's the new one coming out? When you
Shooting for May.
for the whole album?
Yeah, shooting for May for the official drop. Um, it's gonna be it's actually called One Step at a Time. It is my first album that I'm dropping. Um, so
Before that, you've
I'm
just done
pretty stoked
singles.
about that.
Before that, you just did singles.
Yeah, I did singles, and then I dropped one EP. That was about it. So luckily, I was blessed to start generate a buzz just off dropping singles. So here I am,
I'm pretty excited.
first project. So yeah,
I'm pretty excited. And you said you just dropped the first single, or you're about to?
I'm about to.
When's that
It's called
drop?
No Chill.
Say that again.
Uh, it's called No Chill, and it's actually produced by platinum producer Kid Wonder, who's also based out of Chicago. So I'm pretty excited to be dropping song with some big names here. So yeah.
Yeah. And that's what date does that drop? Do you know?
That's actually we're selling for a date to drop in the next 3 weeks. To be honest,
Okay.
last time I talked to management, they were still at the round table on official release. So
Well, maybe when you get in here on the 19th,
I have an idea. Yeah,
yeah,
definitely. Then
that'll be exciting.
yeah,
So what before the pandemic, obviously there's not a whole lot of shows going on. But before the pandemic, what's your live performing experience been like? Where do you perform? Do you do the small clubs? Have you done the bigger things? Like, what's it like for you?
I mean, honestly, I had a fair share. That's a small and big, but you know how the industry is. It's whoever got the money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So obviously, when it comes to performing, like location is a big thing to me. You know what I'm saying? My safety and all that.
yeah.
Um, but I performed just about everywhere. Before the pandemic, I did a few shows in Atlanta, LA, Florida, Phoenix. I mean, it's almost probably not an area I haven't been,
Yeah.
close to performing. So, but the pandemic, it did slow down a lot of huge opportunities that I was finally able to get a shot that I was kind of bummed about. But everything happens for a reason. So
Yeah, it does. I think well, yeah, it definitely happens for a reason. I think when I left last time when you and I had actually talked and hung out, I thought were you planning a European thing, or was it you were
I was
planning
supposed to.
something?
I was supposed to.
Yeah.
Ended up being canceled.
Yeah. I think I didn't even think about that when it all came down. I mean, naturally initially it became a little self-absorbed of like getting, get self-absorbed getting my like that survivalist mode, just initially figuring out what's going on.
Right.
Um yeah, I hadn't even thought of that. Man, you had a lot of things planned, didn't you?
Yeah.
From what I recall, that was going to be a big year for you.
It's gonna be a very big year, but no, I'm guessing 2021 and 22 is gonna be even bigger. So
Yeah, kind of a little bit of potential energy building up.
yeah,
if
absolutely.
it, if it doesn't release, then It's gonna release even bigger later.
Exactly. You know, so well, I'll take this L this year. It's all good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. L for learning, right? Well, man, I am so excited to see you. I think this is gonna be a good show. I think it's gonna be a really, really good show, actually. Um,
I'm definitely excited, man.
I'm excited to bring a different. The music that we've had on here has all been really good, but I'm excited to bring my other different music loves styles, and we, you know, it's hip hop and jazz that night. I love them both. Like they're
Both right.
it's not.
Um, and then you know, I'm like I said, opportunities like this, you know what I'm saying, it's worthwhile. So I'm pretty stoked, man. Planning on giving a great show. So, you know, I hope I do the audience justice.
I have no doubt that you will. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and we'll talk later. We'll make sure that the green room is set up for whatever you want.
Okay,
I,
right on.
I can't fill your full rider, I'm sure of it, because if you're doing it right, nobody can. But you know, we'll talk. We'll make sure that we can toast to something with something you like to toast with. All right, March 19th, 8 p.m. Friday, March 19th at 8 p.m. Constant L Burts and Premium Blend.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure. I'm really, like I said, I'm really excited, not just to hear your music, but to see you.
Likewise, brother, man. It's been a minute, man. I can't wait to come hang out with you guys, meet the whole team, man.
Yeah, you've never been here either.
No.
We've talked about it, but then the pandemic hit. So, and it's changed even since you haven't been here. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I have some friends who I know are pretty envious that I'm going to get to see you. And we have some friends that I know are envious, but they can tune in. They can see you on TV. What's the difference?
Absolutely.
You know. All right. Well, thanks again. Please tune in March 19th. It's going to be a great show. Looking forward to it. What are you don't have a website, right?
Not right now. We still in the works of getting one created, but they can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, all under Constant L Burts. Simple and easy.
I can't. I want to hear my kids running across one of your TikToks, actually, or Penny. Like they all flipping through, listening to them flip through TikTok. I don't know how they do it. It makes me crazy.
You know what? I just started using it, so you know, it took me a minute to get over there, but now I'm finally up there.
Yeah, I think
Trying to learn.
I think like doing it probably isn't as bad as sitting there when somebody else is doing it. It's just like this, like it's like water torture.
Bro, it really is.
It never stops. Something different hitting you all the time. It's the same thing. Anyway, love you guys. Love you, Burts. I will see you here soon. Thanks again, guys.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me. Peace and love.
Peace and love.